Good evening. My name is Waleed Hamed.
And I'm Ousman.
I'm Aleah Curry.
And I'm Brandyn Smith. Today we are going to bring you some information that we come across that is going to give a little bit of insight on successful people and great habits and skills they've developed to attain that success. So join us, enjoy yourself, kick back, relax, and we have some video for you. Thank you. How many hours a day do you dedicate for each class that you're taking for the purpose of studying?
For each class, I usually dedicate the hours that I don't have class. So like today, it's basically I'll have 3 classes, and in between classes I have 2 hours. So my Tuesdays and Thursdays class, I would dedicate these 2 hours, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I have 2 classes, I dedicate for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it really just depends on the hours I have in between classes. It's not like specific hours.
Okay. So do you spend more time on some subjects than others?
Yeah, the harder subjects, definitely, because some subjects is like easy, like this class I'm about to have now is government. Easy class, so I'll spend more time on my OChem than my government class.
Okay. And outside of the classroom, where do you spend the most of your time? And what do you spend it on?
Well, outside of the classroom, most of my time is at home or at work. So I really don't have, time to just chill, parlay, stuff.
Okay. If there was a number one distraction, not saying that there is a distraction, but if there was a distraction, what would it be?
Netflix. I'm not even gonna lie, it's definitely Netflix.
Netflix.
And social media.
Okay.
I gotta say social media because I'm always flipping on my phone.
Okay.
That's why I need to read this book, not use my phone.
Right. So Netflix was
Netflix
number one.
is number one.
Okay. All right. That's 17. Okay. What you?
How many hours a day do you dedicate for each class that you're taking?
I probably dedicate on average at least 3 to 4 hours. No, I'm sorry, 6 a week. We're talking about a week. Yeah.
Per day, I would say about 2 hours per class.
Almost 1 hour for each class on a daily basis.
I would say about an hour also.
Outside of the classroom, where do you spend the most of your time, and what are you doing?
I spend most of my time in my room, studying or watching TV.
I hit the computer labs mostly for my assignments.
Well, I commute, so I go home back and forth.
Yeah. And I just I'm like in my bed watching Netflix, or I'm at the health center doing my office hours for Panther PhDs.
So during time spent studying, what kind of ideas would you give us that would help eliminate distractions to stay focused on studying?
Mute your phone.
Yeah, do not disturb is really important because I know myself, if I hear a text message, I'm going to look and probably answer it and get distracted and do something else and play music and change a song. So just might as well just do not disturb and leave it alone.
Yeah, I would probably go to like different part of the library that's like very quiet and secluded where there's no people, because I usually like want to talk to people and stuff when I'm supposed to be studying. So,
All right. One last question. What's your favorite place to study? Where is your favorite place to study?
Library.
Computer labs, specifically SR Collins.
SR Collins.
My favorite place to study is my room just because I'm more comfortable.
I had to say the library as well.
Counter to your favorite part, what's your best place to study? Like, where will you get the most studying done?
I probably get the most studying done in like a classroom because there's nothing there to distract me. Like in my room, I'll probably find something that'll distract me. But in a classroom or like a little study area, I'll be there and focused to get things done.
I'll say a computer lab or the library because it's more quiet and you also get to focus on whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, mine would be the library because when I go home, there's just too many distractions. So.
Yeah, I'd probably say the library as well.
Okay, do you have a specific specific area that you study?
Personally, I like math. Like where I study?
Like a place, yeah.
Oh, library. I be in library. Study library.
How do you completely eliminate distractions to keep you focused?
I like to stay in my zone. I like to wear headphones, listen to some mellow music, such thing like that. Stay in like in a quiet area.
How many hours a day do you dedicate for each class that you're taking?
Okay, typically I'll probably do about 3 classes a day. So I'll probably have about an hour each class or an hour and a half to each class. So after class, I'll take that time to go to the library and study a little bit. And then by that time, it'll be my time for my next class. And then I'll just kind of go back to back like that.
Do you actually stick to that every day?
Yes, I try to as best as I can, but being a part of like multiple organizations, it's kind of difficult, so you gotta like manage your time well as far as studying, and then by the evening time, between 5 and 7, those would be like my meeting times or my organizational times, and then I just go from there. And sometimes I get a late night study session in sometimes.
As a faculty member, what suggestions would you have for students to achieve the grade that they would get in the course?
So I think it's important to look at 2 avenues. One would be the aspirational aspect, and the other would be the tactical aspect. Aspirational aspect is you need to encourage students to be the best that they can be to compete in the global economy, that no one owes you anything, no one's going to give you anything. And we weren't put on this earth to be mediocre. That's the aspirational aspect. The tactical aspect is to engage in a course that you're essentially, that you may be paying for. It's important that you stay ahead of the topics in terms of trying to read chapters, read the context of whatever concept you're going through prior to the lecture. It's important that you read after the lecture what you read before the lecture, just to reinforce the concept. It's also important that I think students are proactive in terms of seeking clarification if they don't understand something. I also think it's important that students attempt end of chapter exercises, attempt to do questions that the teacher may not have asked, just to help them get practice for the test. I think the other big tactical issue is that you have to treat the classes or the studies like a marathon and not a sprint. That studying a little every day versus cramming tends to help solidify concepts better, which allows for more successful outcomes on test.
How do you view students' study habits and its direct reflect in their grades?
Well, in a way, actually, I should say that I have taught several places actually in the United States. I have taught at University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Then I have taught at Ohio State Newark campus, which is a commuter campus actually. Then I was actually longest was at Lincoln University, which is an HBCU,
Okay.
smaller than here.
Okay.
But then here,
Okay.
well, actually one year I taught at College of Staten Island, New York.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So the students are different from place to place actually.
Okay.
One thing I observed at College of Staten Island, well, the classes are usually we have a lot of what is it called, diverse classes, right? Pretty much everybody, like you can see all ethnic groups.
Okay.
So Caucasian, African American, Chinese, Indian,
Oh.
you name, everybody is there in class. So, and actually those students study in groups. So they tend to do a little better because of that way compared to the Lincoln University students.
Okay.
Lincoln University was an open admissions university, so students are to begin with, they are a little weaker. They are not really prepared well in a way, so we have to prepare them from the beginning. But College of Staten Island was a little better because those students are better in a way, better prepared students.
Okay.
And at the same time, they have, something I observed was that they study in groups. Yes, so you just give them something, next day by the time they come to class, they study that.
Okay.
And I see that similar situation here at actually Prairie View. I have some good things to say. Maybe because I teach some advanced classes also, and mathematics for advanced mathematics for engineers, that class. Those students are reasonably good. They study, and then I teach probability and stats class.
Okay.
Those students are also, they work hard, they study well actually. They tend to perform better and better than, of course, Lincoln University students.
We're back, and we've had an amazing time. We've listened to a lot of the beliefs, methods, and philosophies of some of our fellow students, as well as faculty members. We've enjoyed it. We have learned a lot. We've also been able to reinforce some of the ideals that we currently hold on to, and we would like to share some of that with you. And we'll start off by, what do y'all think? What do y'all say? Who should go?
Well, personally, I've learned that like you gotta eliminate your distractions, and whether it's from like social media, TV, or even people, like when you have something that you have to do, don't let something else come and take that away from you, no matter if that's a person or if it's an object or whatever it is. Just keep focus is what you really got to do.
Right.
For me, one of the most important things a student must focus on is setting up goals for why are they coming to school? Why are they going to university? You know,
Right.
What is your goal in life? You're coming to university. You want to graduate. You want to get your degree. You want to get a better job where
Right.
you get more money.
Right,
If that's
right.
your goal, then that's what you set. And one of the major facts is planning. Planning is one of the things that a student must do, whether it's starting a business or going to school.
Right.
Planning ahead is going to get you to the point where you want to be. And no matter what is going to come on the way, you already have your plan. You're sticking to your plan, you're going to hit the goal that you're aiming for.
That's what's up. That's good. That's good. That's good. For me, it really reinforced time management. I commute here on a daily basis, so for me, every moment that I spend here is valuable time. So several students, as well as a faculty member, mentioned the importance of managing your time as well as being proactive with your studies. For instance, a math professor, he mentioned how some students start off fearing to engage the class, whereas you would be more successful by engaging from the start. That's really going to help me along my journey here, and I'm grateful to have spoken with them and had an opportunity to participate with these wonderful individuals.
And for me, I learned that prioritizing is a huge key factor. As college students, we have so many things that we're balancing on our plates. For instance, it could be athletics, football, softball. We have family, jobs, and then school, of course. And so it's important to make sure you kind of make a list of what's important to the least important, and always follow that list day by day. That way you stay on track and knock the most important things out first, and then you can get to those least important things, such as like having fun.
Wow, that's good. So we have, we're setting our goals. We have our time management. We have prioritizing, and
We have keeping away from distractions.
Distractions. And some of those distractions can be friends. They could be family. They could be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the MSE. There's so many distractions here that it makes it difficult. But what you have to do is treat yourself like you're a horse with blinders on, and not see anything to your left or your right, and concentrate on that goal. Get away from those distractions. Make sure you prioritize everything every day, and manage that time, because you only get 24 hours. But guess what? Tomorrow you get another 24 hours. So if you don't finish it today, make sure you wake up in the morning early and tackle it tomorrow.
Thank y'all so much.
Brandyn for president.
Thank you.
For real.